presentation of Fox Sports.
We are the Fourth. We are Florida.
San Francisco, home of the Giants, and a nice place for the Marlins. For the past 3 years, Miami has owned this city and won 2 of 3 this weekend. Today by the Bay, the 4-gamer concludes.
And on this last day of a 4-game series, you could not pick any better weather. AT Park is beautiful to begin with. You mix in a day like this, and it's glorious in San Francisco today. And the Marlins have played well, as they have here the last 3 years. Buster Posey and the Giants. Ed Lucas getting a start in right field in this one. Ryan Vogelsong against Jacob Turner. That's your matchup. Hi, everybody. Rich Waltz along with Tommy Hutton. Welcome to San Francisco. Welcome to what is not only the end of a long road trip and series, but the end of a long stretch without a day off for the Marlins.
Rich, I'll give you a good number to digest. Remember, we talked about the Marlins had a stretch of 20 consecutive games. Coming into this one today, the Marlins are 12-7 during that stretch.
And the Marlins have scored runs here in a variety of ways. And for the Fish, that's the way they've done it all year.
It's the way you like to see it happen. Let's start with Danny Echeverria. Nice hitting with a stroke into right field. Great slide by Jarrett Saltalamacchia. That's how the Marlins got one of their runs. How about a slicing triple out of the reach of Angel Pagan by Garrett Jones? Sacrifice fly. You'd love to see runs come in to score that way. Salty with that. And then, of course, we have to throw in the obligatory shot by Giancarlo Stanton, number 12 on the year for G.
All right, Stanton, though, getting the day off. You never know. If needed as a pinch hitter, you might see him late. It's the Fish and the Giants. They finish off the series. A chance to take 3 of 4 from the best team in baseball, at least when this series started.
Let's go places by AT Uverse TV. Check availability 1-800-PICK AT&T. Rethink possible. By Checkers, visit your local Checkers for the $2 shrimp and fries box. And by your South Florida Honda dealers and sfhondadealers.com. Juan Marichal statue outside of AT&T Park. Just a gorgeous day by the bay. Gentle breeze is going out to right field as the Marlins will bring this lineup to the plate. J.M. Lexus brings it to you. First day off for Giancarlo Stanton, so Danny Echeverria followed by Derek Dietrich, and Christian Yelich slides into the 3 spot. Casey McGee hits cleanup. Terrific road trip for Garrett Jones, and he has good career numbers against Ryan Vogelsong. Ed Lucas is in right field. Marcell Ozuna's in center. Jeff Mathis behind the plate. And Jacob Turner looking for his first career road win.
And there's a look at the 36-year-old veteran out of Kutztown University. And you talk about Ryan Vogelsong, he's been around. 17th year as a professional, but 8th in the big leagues, and he's found a home with the San Francisco Giants. There's no question about that. 2-3 in his career against the Marlins in 8 games, 4 starts, but a real nice ERA of 2.35.
And Echeverria in the leadoff spot to give Giancarlo Stanton a day off. Mike Redmond has had to maneuver his lineup, and he's dropped Christian Yelich from the leadoff spot into the 3 spot. And I think in a couple years that might be the spot that Yelich occupies permanently. Pinch a penny brings you the first pitch as Vogelsong delivers a fastball right in there for a strike. Kerwin Danley calling balls and strikes here in San Francisco. 70 degrees as we start this ball game on an afternoon in San Francisco. Echeverria, couple hits, couple RBIs in this series, and he'll step off. The ball on Thursday night was really jumping here. Friday night it carried well. Last night probably the coldest of the 3 nights. Giancarlo Stanton was the only player on either team to hit a ball out of the ballpark. But I think today, Tommy, it's daytime and the wind's blowing out to right center. I think this will be a good day for the hitters.
Yeah, I think you're going to see the ball carry pretty well today.
Breaking ball, and Echeverria running up to bunt followed that thing all the way over to the opposite batter's box. It's 2-1.
There's that breaking ball by Vogelsong, who with the Giants in 2011 had an all-star season. Was 13-7 with a real nice ERA.
Giants have done such a terrific job of developing starting pitching, from Kane to Lincecum to Bumgarner. This is a guy they really discovered in a former Giant long ago, kind of found on the scrap heap. In 2010, before that all-star year, he spent the entire year in AAA in 2 organizations. Here's the 2-2. He had pitched in Japan for 3 seasons before that.
You know, even in Japan, where he learned a lot, by the way, about pitching and about how to deal with the customs in Japan, he wasn't overwhelming. He was 11-14 and in those 3 years, an ERA over 4.
Count full on Echeverria, and he fouls it back and out of play. And Vogelsong, you know, the amazing thing about Vogelsong is not only his path to get here, but when he stepped on the big stage in the postseason in 2012, he may have been the Giants' best starter. 4 starts, 3-0, a 1.09 ERA. That was the year that, remember, Lincecum faltered, but then found a home in the bullpen in the postseason. And Vogelsong was dynamite in his 4 starts. Another 3-2, soft line drive. Pence won't get it. It falls in front for a hit. And Echeverria leads off the first with a base hit. Giants are a very good defensive team. And Tommy Hutton will introduce Los Gigantes.
All right, they've made a couple of changes as well. Tyler Colvin in there in left field. Gregor Blanco starts. No Angel Pagan today. Pence in right. Sandoval, Crawford, Hicks, and Morse around the infield. Buster Posey back in the lineup. And what a terrific at bat by Echeverria to get that base hit and serve it into right field.
Now Derek Dietrich, he has enjoyed his stay here in San Francisco. Dietrich's hit in 5 straight, a couple of homers, and he's driven in 3. He had some big hits on Friday night in Miami's 7-5 win. 2-run homer and a key single in the 9th inning when Miami rallied for 2 runs. Echeverria has not had a great year stealing bases. And a breaking ball misses. It's 1-0. It's just 1 for 4. And he's back in with a dive. Mike Morse has been manning first base throughout this series.
Mike Morse is a big man.
He is. Broad-shouldered, strong. He seems to look a lot bigger on the infield than he did in the outfield. Off-speed pitch for a strike. It's 1-1. Brett Butler got the helmet, got the sunglasses, got the stopwatch. Let's see it 1-1 if Miami does a little something here. Yelich is on deck. It's a strike.
It's not an overpowering fastball, but after the changeup, it was well placed by Vogelsong on the inside part of the plate. Yeah, I think when you have a game, and this is the first game that Stanton's gotten off, you might have to think about playing it a little differently as far as scoring runs.
Yelich in the 3 spot. McGee is hitting cleanup. Jones hitting 5th. Strike 3 call. Dietrich goes down.
Well, the one inside froze him, and the one away was away. So that's a tough AB for Derek Dietrich. Vogelsong got the call that time.
Kerwin Danley behind the plate. We'll see if that pitch that's off the plate is a strike most of the day, or if it tightens up. Here's Yelich now. Yelich a couple hits and a solo homer in this series.
You know, there are a few hitters around baseball that you could see in the leadoff spot and also see as a number 3 hitter, but not a lot. And so that's the uniqueness of Yelich and his ability to hit in those spots. He also would fit in nicely number 2 in a batting order.
With any young player that comes up in the big leagues, Echeverria just back, there's almost an automatic comparison to who does the guy remind you of. And with Yelich, one of the names that we've heard back east especially is a guy from a few generations ago, played for the Philadelphia Phillies, who played college ball in this area, and that's Vaughn Hayes.
Yeah, I've heard that. We've heard Sean Green references. I thought the Vaughn Hayes one was a good one, though.
Because Hayes had speed.
Hayes ran a lot better than Sean Green, yeah.
And Yelich runs well. They both had sweet swings. Oh, and 2.
It was a rough night for Christian Yelich, and he had admitted it against Tim Lincecum with that changeup. He said that changeup moved, it would dive away, and it was a good one.
Yelich would end up going 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts last night. Runner goes, pitch out. Giants have it smelled out. High throw, out. Well, 2 strikes. The Giants figured something was up.
Well, they guessed right. A lot of times you'll pitch out. The throw was a little high, but the tag got down there quickly by Brandon Crawford. Echeverria tried to change hands. Didn't help because the throw was there so much in time.
Fastball misses in.
But that's a part of Mike Redmond trying to get something going, to do something with Stanton not in the lineup. And if you just joined us, he's okay. He's just getting the day off.
2-2 to Yelich. Reed Johnson not in the lineup. Johnson a little sore. And so, if necessary, the Marlins could use him as a pinch hitter. That's why Ed Lucas is getting the start in right field. And as well, Mike Redmond said he didn't want Baker in right field. Yelich leaving a little early.
He bent over, took off that ankle guard that he wears. He thought it was ball 4.
Apologies to everyone.
Embarrassing a little bit.
Full count, 3-2. Vogelsong strikes him out. And the Marlins are done here in the first. Jacob Turner gets the ball next.